Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to do a little different content today. I just want to read a little bit from my novel. This is the first novel that I wrote. I wrote this back in 2021. Since then, I've written 2 other novels and a self-help book. So it's been a little bit since I've gotten to this, but I edited this quite a bit. I went over this, I think, 5 or 6 times. That's how many drafts I did. So I just want to get into some of this for you. As a side note of what I'm doing with YouTube, I started a second YouTube channel, and it's completely dedicated to my novels and to the main character of the novels. So the name of the channel is The Legend of Simon, and you can go and find it now. There's nothing up there. The name of my main character in all 3 novels is Simon Castro. These are books about California gangsters, mafia out west. There's very little content, not too many movies, not too much about Los Angeles or California mafiosi, La Cosa Nostra out west. So I've written 3 books about it, just for fun. And let's just get into a little bit of this. I won't read much. And I'm going to start a whole channel for this. And hopefully the videos will be well produced. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to film it. I want to learn some editing so I can maybe put some, have like a slideshow or something of pictures over each scene. And each video will be short. I'll read one scene at a time, and we'll go through all 3 books. And this could potentially be hundreds and hundreds of videos, because these are long books. So let's just start from the beginning. I'm kind of torn on the title. I have here my title as Simon's Syndicate, but I'm also thinking about titling this book, because I want to get this printed in paperback and sell these to you guys, or to whoever. I'm thinking about titling it California Gangsters. So we'll see. But let's just start. I have a quote to start off the book. So when you open it, the first page will be a quote from my main character, Simon Castro. So here's the quote. To me, it means that we're men of honor. We're above the rest of the criminals in the streets. We're the unseen black hand that pulls the strings of the puppet show. We don't just play the game better than all the rest. We make up the rules out here in this game of life and death. We're the pros when everyone else are nothing but amateurs in comparison. That's La Cosa Nostra to me, Simon Castro. Here's chapter 1. It's titled, I Am Simon. This is the introduction of my main character. I grew up with my mother, my father, and my 2 older sisters during the 1960s in Beverly Hills, California. We had a large Victorian home painted up brilliantly with the true Los Angeles colors of purple and yellow. It had a tightly manicured lawn with 8-foot-tall, perfectly shaped hedges surrounding the property, making the place feel very secluded from the world. It was like we had our own little slice of heaven, right in the middle of the city. My neighborhood was full of wealthy professionals, with some older celebrities mixed in, who were left over from the 1940s era of Hollywood stars. My Uncle Frank, whom I love very much, lived around the corner. His house was much larger than ours, a fact that he would often brag about to my father when he came over. The home we lived in was old, and once owned by my grandfather before he moved up to his fortress up in Topanga Canyon. My father owned a major construction company and had many investments that made him wealthy. But like all the Castro men, he was a gangster. My grandfather, Carl Castro, started that awful curse, setting off a domino effect that would last generations. My grandfather was the Al Capone of LA, running the infamous downtown gangsters mob, the DTGs, as it was originally named. My father was eager to follow in his footsteps. He swam in the deep, shadowy waters of the Los Angeles criminal underworld, gaining a big reputation on the streets as a high-level member of the Los Angeles crime family, La Cosa Nostra. My father climbed the ladder of the Black Hand to become the loyal underboss and second in command to the aging Don, Tommy Bagoda, Tommy Guns. My father was a businessman to some and the biggest nightmare to others. He was a cold person and always hard on me growing up. As a kid, he never said he loved me, nor can I ever remember a single hug. His goal as a parent was to make a man of me and to turn me into a little version of himself. I always tried my best to be different than my father and follow the beat of my own drum. My mother, Mary, was a tall, pretty blonde bombshell with permanent brown roots. She was the type of person who wore skin-tight leather pants with 6-inch rhinestone stiletto heels and large pointy sunglasses that never left her eyes. My mother was the type of Beverly Hills housewife who would smoke long, thin lady cigars and put them out into uneaten, overpriced salads at French cafes. She had a crew of fake friends who were mostly the wives of other mob members that would get together once a week for ladies' night. My mother was notoriously sassy and wonderfully sweet at the same time, making sure to keep everyone in a state of anxiety, wondering which emotion she was going to throw at them. She had a magic talent for cooking great family dinners and ignoring anything that happened around her like she had blinders on. A bomb could literally go off next door and she would not even flinch or pretend to notice. I think my mother enjoyed raising us kids, between cigarettes and phone calls, of course. She loved to drink wine and cooking sherry all day, but I swear to God that I've never seen my mother act a bit drunk. Or it's entirely possible that I've never seen her act fully sober and don't have much to compare her behavior to. So that's just a little bit of a taste. Look for the new channel.